Alright, today we're going to be looking at orthographic sketches. First thing we need to understand is our shape. All of our shapes are going to have multiple sides because they're three-dimensional, but for this case what we're going to do is we're going to pick one side and we're going to call it our front. So I'm choosing this as my front. And with this as my front, the other sides that we need to know about are the right side, it's this side, there. The top side, which if this is the front, this is the top. Alright, the three sides that we will need are again the front, the right, and the top. So first thing we're going to do whenever we have our sketches, once we find our sides of our shape that we're going to use, we go into our shape and we mark equidistance from three of the corners. So my favorite way to do this is to come in 3 on each side, these three sides right here. And this is where we're going to place our drawings. First drawing that we're going to do is our front drawing. We're going to draw this right here. This is the front of our shape, and that's the very first one we're going to draw, and we always place that in the bottom left corner. Alright, for ease of use today, we're going to say that each of these cubes is a 3 by 3 cube. As in 3 up, 3 over, and 3 down, back is one of these cubes. Now, the other thing that we need to make sure that we understand is when we're drawing these shapes with the orthographic cubes, we're going to pretend like this is one solid block. That means that we're not going to draw each and every individual line on the block. Alright, so very first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this shape, we're going to draw our front side. I like to start in this bottom corner. This corner will match up with this dot right here that we've placed. And we're going to go up the distance of this one side. If each of these cubes is worth 3, we're going to go up 9 spots on our orthographic paper. Always use your ruler when you're drawing a line. We're going to go up 9 places for a solid line right there. Alright, so 3 cubes, 3 positions on the graph for each one. That'll make it 9 places up. Next thing we'll do is we'll go from here over. That's 3 plus 3. That's 6 spaces. All right. And then we work our way around. So from here to here would be another 3. From here to here is another 3. And then from here to here is 6. And then we connect and we finish. Now, this is a good time to talk about one of our other types of lines. All the solid lines are lines that you can see. But whenever we look at a shape, we're also looking at other lines that are on the backside that we cannot see. So if we look at the backside of this, we can see that we've got this cube in the back. What we're going to do is we're going to use hidden lines. Hidden lines represent something that is behind the shape that you can't see but you know is there. So this would have 2 hidden lines, one for this section right here and one for this section right here. We're going to draw them here and here. Hidden lines are represented by dashes. We still use our ruler because we want a nice straight line. We want something that looks nice and professional. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to get about 4 dashes, maybe 3 on each hidden line. Alright, so now you can see that is a different type of line. It just represents the items on the back side that we can't see but we know are there. Alright, next thing that we're going to draw is we've drawn the front. We've drawn it the way it's represented. We've drawn its hidden lines. Everything's all good. We're going to go to the right side. Everything is in reference to the front. So if this is the front, this is the right. I place it right here. We're going to look at it. All right. We're going to draw it from here over. So from our dot that we made, that's equidistance, 3 from here. So we're going to draw this line from here, and this is where it gets a little difficult, from here to here. That is one solid line in this drawing. even though we can see that it goes from here and then up and over, we're going to draw it as one solid line. That's 1, 2 cubes. 2 times 3 is 6. It'll take up 6 demarcations on our graph. There we go. So we've just drawn this line. Now we're going to go from here up. That would be 1 cubed. That's 3 demarcations on the graph. From here to here. But now if we look from here to here is going to be one solid line this entire distance, because we can see this going and continuing. So this is going to be 2 blocks worth. That's going to be 6 demarcations on the graph. Alright. Now we're going to go from here all the way up to here. That is 9 places on the graph. Nine marks on the graph. From here to here, this distance is going to be another 3. And then we're going to go from here all the way down to here, because we can see this is one solid line, even though it goes from here, stops, and then shows this one. Since we're looking at it straight on, this is going to appear as if it's one solid line. Alright, now we've officially drawn our right side, and you can see that there are no hidden lines on the back side to confuse us. There's nothing in the way there. So that all works out just right. Looks right, matches up. Really similar. We're going to go back to our front view. Now, if this is the front, this would be the top. So now we're going to draw our top view. We're always going to make sure that our top view is in this top left corner. So we're going to start with, from the dot, we always start with the dot. It makes life a lot easier. From here to here. Now, that's going to be 6 places. 3 here, 3 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we're good there. Now we're going to go from here to here, which is going to be another 6 places. Now we're going to go from here up and from here over. So this will be 3 here and 3 here. Let's do this 3 first, and then we're going to look at what happens next. This 3 here. If you look from here to here, well, that's 3. This appears as if it is one solid line. So that'll be 6 more spaces. Now all we have left is from here to here and here to here. But we're going to draw this line from here all the way up. So that'll be another 6 spaces from the middle of here. And lastly, from here to there, one last 3 spaces. Alright, so we've got all of our lines drawn out, all of our pictures are drawn. Every single time we do this, we need to make sure that our front is in the top or the bottom left corner. So this is our front. This is always our right. And this is always the top of our image. Now that we've done that, let's take a look at guidelines. This is how we can tell if all of our lines have been drawn correctly. They're just lighter than our pencil drawn in lines. I'm going to use a pen so we can see it. So if we take from here to here, you can see that they're even and level. That means that if you look at the front of this line, and then you flip it over to the right, and this line, they take up the same plane. And you use one of these guidelines for every major portion of your drawing. So from here to here, and from here to here, come over to the side, from here to here, there to there, and this last one. So as you can see, our guidelines all match up with the other portions of our drawings. That's why we came out from the edge equally for each one. And that is how to draw an orthographic drawing.